Oneal Brack, the president of Blizzard, has stepped down. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. So we're going to go into detail on this because this is obviously big news. We know what's happened over recent weeks at Blizzard. It's been absolutely horrific. It's been terrible. Now, Oneal Brack is gone. So what is happening here? Let's take a look. So this is the statement from Blizzard. New leadership at Blizzard. To all members of the community, we want to let you know about an important leadership change at Blizzard Entertainment. Starting today, Oneal Brack will be stepping down as the leader of the studio, and Jen Oneal and Mike Ybarra will co-lead Blizzard moving forward. And don't worry about those names, guys. I'll do a bit of explaining in a second. Jen joined Blizzard in January as Executive Vice President of Development, where she's been providing senior development leadership and support to the Diablo and Overwatch franchises. Jen is the former head of Vicarious Visions, which is now part of Blizzard Entertainment. So let me just explain what Vicarious Visions is. So it's a game development studio. But what they've been doing for Blizzard is almost acting like a... They're like a... I guess, how can I explain this? Like, they basically assist with a lot of stuff. You can see there they're assisting with Diablo and they're assisting with Overwatch. They're almost like, it's almost like outsourcing development, but inside your company. So you might have the Overwatch team for that are doing Overwatch stuff, but they need more power. So what they do is they go out to the division, which is now Vicarious Visions, and go, hey, we need more help with this, and they come along and help. So they kind of like help out with stuff. But what they do is work on remasters of old Blizzard games. Now, you guys might remember Warcraft 3 was terrible. I don't think Vicarious Visions had anything to do with that at all. A lot of that was outsourced and just poorly managed. But they are involved with the Diablo 2 remaster, which actually is a pretty good remaster. From what I played of the early alpha version of that, it was damn good. So I think they're going to do a pretty good job. So yeah, is this somebody you want in charge of Blizzard or a co-leader of Blizzard? Well, we don't know. Time will tell. But hey, that's what Jen's about. Then we move on to Mike. So after many years at Xbox, Mike joined the company in 2019 as the Executive Vice President and General Manager of Platform and Technology, where he's been overseeing the evolution of Battle.net and our development services organization. Now, I want to show you Mike's LinkedIn page because there is it's quite clear. Like, so Mike, I remember when he joined, I do remember a lot of developers at Blizzard were really like pumped that he joined. Like, I did follow some of them on Twitter. You would see them retweeting about this, and it's like, oh, hey, who is this guy? Because I didn't know who he was. But you can see, look at this. So he's Corporate Vice President of Xbox Live, Xbox Game Pass, and Mixer. Money well spent on Ninja there. But look at this. He managed growth and engagement across services for gaming for Microsoft, responsible for billions and billions of dollars. Like, he was also Corporate Vice President of Program Management. So, like, yeah, he knows what he's talking about in the gaming industry. So, hey, it makes sense that he becomes a co-leader, right? But one of the things I'd throw out there is it's kind of sad, right, that it's not one of the older Blizzard guards. You know, imagine if, like, I'm not saying Jeff would take this job, but imagine somebody like Jeff or the older people that did leave Blizzard. Maybe they could have changed the direction of Blizzard, but it's too late now. They're gone. Anyway, I just want to talk about... Well, I'm just going to carry on with this, and then we're going to go into detail on what this means. And I think there's a very interesting tweet which we're going to go over from Jason Schreier, because it really does sort of break down what's going on at Blizzard. So, Jen and Mike have more than 3 decades of gaming industry experience between them. Moving forward, they will share responsibilities over game development and company operations. Okay? Both leaders are deeply committed to all of our employees to the work ahead to ensure Blizzard is the safest, most welcoming workplace possible for women and people of any gender, ethnicity, sexual orientation, or background, to upholding and reinforcing our values and to rebuilding your trust. With many years of industry experience and deep commitment in integrity and inclusivity, Jen and Mike will lead Blizzard with care, compassion, and a dedication to excellence. You'll hear more from Jen and Mike soon. Now, this is what you've got to remember, guys. These are 2 people who are new to Blizzard and have only been there a year, effectively, maybe 2 years. This isn't old Blizzard. This is a new Blizzard. It will be a new look Blizzard, right? And is that a good or a bad thing? Well, could be a good thing, because obviously old Blizzard is an absolute shit show and needed to change. So we've got to be positive about that. Anyway, this is from Oneal Brack. It's a bit confusing because when we get onto the tweet in a second, you'll find it kind of funny. So he says, I am confident that Jen Oneal and Mike Ybarra will provide the leadership Blizzard needs to realise its full potential and will accelerate the pace of change. I anticipate they will do so with a passion and enthusiasm that they can be trusted to lead, with the highest levels of integrity and commitment to the components of our culture that make Blizzard so special. Obviously, things that he clearly didn't do. Finally, thank you for being part of the Blizzard community. Thank you for your passion, determination, safety, and equality for all. All right, great. Well, this JL and Brack's been fired. He's basically been told that you've got to go because of your statements you've made, because of what's happened under your watch. I mean, going back to Blitzchung, that obviously was a terrible situation. Then we come forward to the sexual harassment case with the state of California. Even worse, horrific situations. He bumbles his responses. He doesn't know what's going on in his own company. He's got to go. I would imagine what's basically been said to him is, you're going, we either fire you or you step down. Now, be under no illusions here, guys. He would have got a very nice payday, because this is what happens when you're an executive at a company. So he would have been out the door with a nice bit of cash, and off he goes on his way. But what made me laugh was this tweet. So check this out. This news comes during a cultural reckoning at Blizzard in the wake of a California lawsuit 2 weeks ago alleging discrimination at the company. Activision Blizzard president Daniel Alagri, I might have said that wrong, but I apologize, Daniel, said in emails to staff that Brack was leaving the company to pursue new opportunities. What opportunity? Like, it's crazy. It's absolute spiel. It's like, whatever. He's gone out the door because of the way he publicly handled the entire situation. But you know what? You know what is the big key thing here, right? It's the impact on the share price, and I'll show you guys that in a second. And it's also the fact that workers basically held a one-day strike, and that puts the fear of God into these companies, because that's never happened before, right? We'll go over that in a second anyway, because there's quite a bit we need to sort of catch up on what's been going on over the last few days. So this is really telling as well. So titles mean a lot in the corporate world, and they really do. From my understanding of this, is if you are a senior level person, let's say you're like a director of something, like a, I don't know, let's use Blizzard as an example. If you become a game director at Blizzard and you've been in the industry for 20 or 30 years, that's great for your CV. That means you can do the game director role for a bit, then leave and go and get a job at any other company because you're a game director. Whereas if you wasn't a game director, you're going to find it harder to get positions at other companies, right? If you're just like a senior game designer, for example. So these titles mean everything. CEO was Mike Morhaime, the co-founder of Blizzard. He was the CEO of Blizzard. Bobby Kotick was the CEO of Activision. They merge. There's two CEOs there. Now, that is a powerful title. It means that if Bobby or Activision wants to do something to Blizzard, well, Mike can go, ah, ha, ha, ha. No, I don't want to do that because I'm a CEO. And that's just, it sounds stupid, but it's absolutely the case. Anyway, through whatever the hell happened behind the scenes, Mike steps away from the beloved company that he founded and yada, yada, yada. But of course, Mike, he's not like completely blameless. There's a lot of stuff happened at Blizzard when Mike was in charge. So yeah, it's all systemic issues, problems in the entire company, whatever. But the point of this part of the video is he is gone. JL Brack comes in as the president. That is not a CEO. A president is not a CEO. It's the figurehead of a company, and that's it. It's not a CEO, so it's below Bobby. It means that Activision is taking more control. Then you look at what we've got now. We've got two co-leaders. They are lesser than a president, right? Because now they're co-leaders, whatever that means. And then Jason goes on to say, a clear glimpse at who's really in charge, Bobby Kotick. But I think Bobby's always been in charge. This is the thing. Like, be under no illusions here, guys. It's not like Blizzard just goes off and does what it likes. It's reporting to Activision, and there's been changes in the past, and you can see that things are starting to change. But here's the thing, right? Why is this even happening? Well, it's happening because of this, right? So this is Activision Blizzard employees plan a walkout on Wednesday to protest working conditions, and they did. And what I also want to show you from this is a couple of pictures here from Upcomer. So we get to see like a bunch of pictures in this article. You know, you'll get to see, I think one of the pictures towards the top shows you, yeah, like a bunch of people out protesting. You know, they were in front of the entrance of the Irvine campus. This is action, right? And this is frightening because it's essentially a strike. They've gone on strike for a day and they've done no work. And it's like, oh my God, this is not great. So yeah, and then you see articles like this. Now, this is the BBC. You never, ever, ever see articles really about Blizzard on the BBC. Like a world-renowned news organization. And it's like, uh-oh, this is Activision Blizzard staff walkout over harassment claims. Everything is getting more intense, so something needs to give. We'll take a look at this. This is the share value, stock price of Activision Blizzard. And I'm just going to jump back to 6 months. Yeah, it's pretty rocky. It's sort of up and down. It's up and down. Okay, fine. But we get to here. It was on a little bit of a downward trend. That's probably because they're not releasing games and shareholders are not happy because new games means more money. So Activision want you to make games and yada, yada, yada. And then if we go to 5 days ago when all of this was essentially breaking, look at this. We're at $90 and then it collapses to $82. And that's wiping literally tens of billions off the value of the company. Like it might only be a $10 drop in share price, but that's huge. That is huge. And then it starts to recover. So it's like maybe it's just one of those things where, yeah, it's a bit of bad press. But you know what happened on Wednesday? That's right. You know what happened on Wednesday? The walkout comes into effect, and then it's getting a lot more serious. So now it's not just bad press. It is actual members of staff walking out from the company. So then what we get is this gradual decline. And then we come to today. Now, I'm recording this video before the stock market opens. In fact, I'm looking at my clock over there, and I believe it opens in literally 1 minute. So they've put this news out in a very odd time in America, very early time, because it needs to go out before the stock market opens. So this is Bobby saying, look, I'm trying to get my house in order. Shareholders, please don't sell your shares anymore. Please buy more shares. We have a new leadership at the company now, and it will be fine. Now, I'd say to this, what about Fran? Fran Townsend made a very questionable email. In fact, her email was way worse than JL and Brack's, but because JL and Brack is the head of Blizzard, he had to go because these are all Blizzard-related problems. Now, again, be under no illusions here. JL and Brack, you know, there was that panel where he straight up, he's not given a great, I'm not going to play the video, but he's not given a great response to the lady that steps up and asks about over-sexualized characters in World of Warcraft, and he just literally laughs at her. It's like, okay, and this guy's the head of the company? Yeah. But it's more to do with the fact he's just been so blind as to what's been going on. So that's kind of where we are, to be honest, with all of this. We have got 2 new leaders of Blizzard who we're going to have to wait and see what happens and how this affects our games. But again, like I said, guys, be under no illusion. This means that Blizzard is changing. This is no longer the company that we're used to playing the games from. Now, is that necessarily a bad thing? That's the question I'm going to throw to you guys, because I don't think it is, because Blizzard the last few years hasn't particularly been great. They've been bleeding a lot of talent. Will this change things? I kind of want to be positive and think it might do. Of course, there's all kinds of corporate stuff going on, and, you know, nobody likes Bobby Kotick for very obvious reasons. And there's all this stuff going on, and it's just like, where does this leave Blizzard? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But JL and Brack is no longer the president of Blizzard. All right, guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Toodaloo.